Okay, so I just installed the stereo, the subwoofer, and I figured I'd share the video because I didn't see any videos of how it was installed or what it looked like or anything. So here goes what I did. So for right now, parts are a little hard to get, so I just did a direct wire to see how it sounds. But I basically ran from the battery terminal. I sleeved it through. There was already a hole there. I just had to cut the end, run my power wire through. Power wire went and ran through the whole sleeve. You just fish it all the way down. Fish it all the way back, all the way around, all the way behind, and then basically over to the amplifier. Now, I just kind of laid everything in to see how it would sound. I threw a jlaudio W8 in there to see how it would go. Now on this amplifier, on anything but the kicker, the one that comes for the truck, it has an auto sensing on and off. And so I had to run a remote wire to turn the amplifier on and off. The amplifier turn on and off is located underneath the fuse panel, just to the left. That there will not turn it on and off with the radio, but it will turn it on and off with the truck. So that's good enough for me. And I just used a spade connector to connect it in and just ran that all the way back to the amplifier. Now, this was a little bit fun to find out how this all rolls, but basically what I did is I just crimped onto the yellow and yellow black, made my own connectors, and just spliced in for the audio. That is high input, it is not low input. So just so you know, because that goes directly to the subwoofer that sits in the middle. This is the Bose stereo system, not the standard stock. Standard stock, there's another procedure. Now what I did on this whole installation, just to kind of give me a guide of what was going on and what happened, I basically followed the instruction book for Kicker for their factory subwoofer installation that they put in. But I didn't see any videos on this. I figured I would share what I found, what I did. The subwoofer sounds really nice. I'm quite pleased with it. It's not shake your doors off kind of audio, but it does sound really good. Now, just for a due note, the seat does sit down on top of the speaker perfectly and sit in front, so you can still keep your storage box. Your speaker still sits into it, so you can still keep a kind of factory, which I still love my little storage box, so didn't really want to get rid of it. There is another setup. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another 8 to install into it, because the single 8 just isn't enough bump for me. I need a little bit more thump for what I like. But for as far as just stock sound and, you know, just adding a little bit more extra bass, it worked really well, and did really nice. It sounds really nice, and thumps really nice to it, and tuned in pretty nicely as far as all the sounds go. So the only thing I just need to add in is just a remote bass knob, just so I can adjust, fine tune what I like. But other than that, I'm quite happy with it, and I would do it again. Installation time, it took me roughly about 4 hours to put everything together and to get everything the way that I liked, and to do everything nicely. You know, depending on your skills and what you have available to work with, it might take a little longer or maybe a little less, depending on what you have to do. Anyways, this is my video. I figured I'd share it. I hope it helps anybody out. Ask me any questions if you like.